I'm Jim Reed. This is a page from my red clay diary. It's all about life, actually. This entry is called Forward to the Past. Doing time down south. That's what you and I are equally good at. We are doing time. Traveling forward through time is easy. All I have to do is keep breathing and watch out for meteorites. I can time travel for decades with very little effort. Jumping ahead in time into unknown futures is almost as easy. I can grab a book that takes place day after tomorrow and immerse my imagination into a possibility or two. Leaping forward is not quite as realistic as living one day at a time, but it does excite the imagination. It does take me away from humdrum now and then, and sometimes humdrum requires distraction just to keep the necessary balances. Traveling backward in time is exciting too. In fact, I have learned that living in the past is a safe and secure exercise. The past is the safest place to be, especially for avoidance experts like myself. Here at my bookshop, my museum of fond memories, my cathedral of books, here I can dip into any past that ever was, or I can dip into imagined pasts that never were. What choices I can make. For instance, the first object I see this morning is a 1951 high school yearbook. This yearbook was incredibly important to the student who owned it in 1951. As high school experiences faded into the past, as 1952 encroached, the 1951 yearbook remained solid proof that youth and experience and experimentation once existed. As life edged forward, piling year upon year, at least that 1951 yearbook collected dust and preserved memories as best it could. Every decade or so, it could be dusted off, pages could be flipped, dedications and signatures and times, good and bad, could be reconsidered. And at last, sometime after all memory is spent, this 1951 yearbook is discarded by survivors and winds up in a thrift bin on its way to perdition. It is only here in my hands because I rescued it. Thumbing through its interior, I spend time appreciating the life of the previous owner. I wonder at the fresh young faces reflecting dreams and aspirations and fears and hope. I wonder how many of those reflections came true, how many were managed, how many directions their paths took them. How did they wind up? Even if I could manage to assemble a lifetime yearbook for myself, for you, will there always come a time when some future person who never knew me will make a decision? Dumpster or thrift store? A puff of discarded memory or a chance for yet another life in the hands of a browsing yearbook lover? All those long ago hopeful lives, it's up to a handful of us to honor them or forget them. Our choice is ready to be made.